Let Century Management Solutions get you to your next medical appointment. They specialize in non-emergency medical transportation, connecting patients to care, safety, reliability, and on time. Their advanced technology platform seamlessly coordinates patients, healthcare providers, insurers, and transportation partners all in one powerful network. With over 200 trusted transportation providers, they deliver scalable solutions backed by real-time tracking and complete transparency. Go to SENTRYMS.com.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And here we go on a Friday a.m. And the number to reach me live this hour, 800-848-9222. You know, folks, life can really be amazing. And blessings often come in disguise. What are you talking about, Dominic? I'm talking about President Trump, who can go down in history, as I often say, as the greatest president in history. But this morning, I'm starting off the show in an unorthodox way. And what I'm about to do now is I'm showing you part of my soul. You know, I laugh a lot, I kid a lot, I may go off the rails a lot, but right now I'm about to show you part of my soul. And you're going to hear it through the radio. You're going to hear it through the internet. Whichever way you may be listening from around the country, no matter which station you're listening to on from around the United States. So sometimes on a personal level, when I'm down, when my back is up against the wall, when it's just me against the world, and I'm still betting on me because I've never failed myself. But sometimes when I'm down and I'm looking at the impossible, there are certain songs that I play and that I may just get real quiet and listen to while I'm in the shower or whatever way that I'm reflecting. And again, the number to reach me this hour, 800-848-9222. Life can be so amazing. Blessings often come in disguise. The President of the United States is one of them. And so just bear with me, folks. I want to say I'm not going to sing, but you know how I roll. I may start feeling it. Matt Blaze may make one of these looks, and I may feel the need to sing. But on this Friday a.m., I'm feeling the President of the United States. I am feeling America. I am not feeling people like Whoopi Goldberg and others using race as a crutch to denounce the recent Supreme Court ruling, and on and on and on. So it's unorthodox, but bear with me for a minute, because again, for a minute or two, I'm starting with the unorthodox way, showing you a part of my soul. This is one of the songs that I may listen to, you know, if I have a long day and I've got to get 2 hours of sleep and I've got to get on the radio and I've got to fake it so you don't know how tired I am. But just bear with me, folks. This is one of the songs. There is a point to Dominic's madness, because I find this so soothing. This is the late, great Luther Vandross, and it's titled So Amazing. The song is just motivating to me, that I can run through a wall, that my health is not going to fail me, that I'm going to be able to keep going, that President Trump will continue to do the job that he is doing, the amazing, the remarkable job. Just bear with me here for a minute. I'm just waiting for the chorus. I just want you to hear the chorus, and then I'm going to get on with the program and tell you exactly where I'm coming from. Here it comes, folks. Amazing forever. Amazing love. Truly, it's amazing, amazing together. 'Cause we got amazing love. Okay. So there you go. Luther Vandross, who's no longer with us. And it's his song that the NC2A, the basketball tournament, that they would play at the end of whoever won the national championship basketball. They did it up until recently. An amazing voice. And whenever he would come to New York, I would love to, I would go see him, sometimes for Valentine's Day and so on and so on. But blessings often come in disguise. And it's a shame that it's come to this, right? But we have to turn negatives into positives. And I've done this my entire life, and I'm sure many of you have as well. So, Dominic, what are you trying to say, Dominic? Have you lost your mind? No, I haven't lost my mind. Far from it. This man may go down in history as the greatest president ever. But it saddens me that the president of the United States, that it has come to this, that he's being forced to answer a question like this. But remember, folks, what I said at the top of the show. Blessings often come in disguise. And listen how President Trump tries to turn this negative into a positive and makes a joke out of the fact that he's asked about, does he need to wear a bulletproof vest?
I want to follow up on the security changes. Is there talks about you potentially wearing a bulletproof vest moving forward, given you have now been shot at?
I don't know if I can handle looking 20 pounds heavier. These guys, they look so good. Some of these guys are physical specimens. Some of these guys are trouble. I don't want to be near him. If you want to gain 20 to 25 pounds, get a vest. And frankly, the vest did an amazing job because it took a bullet close up. And he didn't even want to go to the hospital. I mean, we sent him to the hospital just in case, but he didn't want, still a hit. But he didn't want to go to the hospital. The vest totally protected him. Still a lot of power behind that shot, though. That's like getting hit by Mike Tyson. But it's amazing. I've been asked about that, and I guess it's something you consider. In one way, you don't like to do it because you're giving into a bad element, and so I don't know. But I have been asked about it.
The President of the United States being forced to answer a question about, and it's the right question, and he took a negative and turned it into a positive, but being asked, is it time to wear a bulletproof vest? And joking, as you would expect President Trump to do, because to know him is to know his personality. He's an amazing man. And he's making a joke that he doesn't know if he could take the look of the extra weight that it would require. So this evening, I was saddened by that question, not from the reporter. The reporter was professional. She asked it in a nice way, but I was saddened by the fact that it's come to this. And every time there's an attempt on this man's life, Democrats, elected officials are like, oh, well, what's for lunch? No, I don't think so. We're in uncharted times, and it's just not cool the way this man is being treated. And so again, as I said, I play that song, and I often get very emotional to the point of tears. But it'll be in the shower. It's always by myself. It'll be at the end of a day where I've had to fly somewhere to speak. Yes, to speak. And my I'm exhausted. I mean, bone tired. And you're being paid to look good, to sound good. You're being flown in. And the last thing that people want is to see you in a negative way. And that's what President Trump has to do each and every day. Now, let me tell you the negative part. And I see all your telephone calls, 800-848-9222. It saddens me what Whoopi Goldberg is doing. It really does. It really does, because Whoopi, you're the last person, as I said at the 3 p.m. show, you're the last person on earth that should go around playing the race card. This country has been so good to people like you, Whoopi Goldberg, to people like me. I don't refer to myself as nothing, but I started as nothing out of the projects in the Bronx, New York. First one to go to college. The opportunities that this country is given. And Whoopi Goldberg is doing the race thing to get paid. So she's denouncing the Supreme Court decision. Of course, it's racist, it's racist, it's racist. Oh, it's against black people, it's against black people. Oh, it's the end of the world. Whoopi, you got several million in the bank. Oh, that doesn't matter. I got to play the race card. So now I want you to listen to Whoopi Goldberg in terms of talking about the Supreme Court decision, blah, blah, blah. She now says that as it relates to the Supreme Court, that white people are shooting black people. You get the point I'm trying to make.
Another problem. We make laws to fix problems. We put the Voting Rights Act together because there was an issue. Because they were keeping people from voting. Right. They were literally shooting people. They were running them down with dogs to keep them from voting. Okay, let's start with that. So when they say that problem is gone, it's not gone. No. Because you're still doing it. You're still doing it. And what I don't understand is what is everybody so afraid of? Because I always thought, I was raised to believe that you and I don't have to agree. That's all right. But now suddenly your argument doesn't hold water, so you're cheating. See, that we're a two-party system. We're not just Democrats. We're not just Republicans. We're a two-party system. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg said throwing out the preclearance when it worked and is continuing to work to stop discriminatory changes is like throwing away your umbrella in a rainstorm because you're not getting wet. Yeah. The other thing I want to say is voting in local elections matters more now than ever before. Think nationally, work locally. Think nationally, work locally. One more time.
Okay, Whoopi, we got it. Race Card 101. You're the dean of the Graduate School of Racism, Dean Whoopi Goldberg. Folks, I'm late for a break, but we see all of your telephone calls, and we are about to start with them. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
To the phones we go. Line 3, Pete, Staten Island. Good morning, Pete. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, I got tears in my eyes. Back in the 70s, when I used to hang out with Linda Ronstadt and Carly Simon, let's say Carly Simon's house in Martha's Vineyard, Luther was doing music with Carly, so was Bette Midler and also Diana Ross. So I had the pleasure of meeting all these beautiful people in music because I did sound and Saturday Night Live and stage hits. And he's just beautiful, just a beautiful guy. Made you feel so warm, made you feel like you were somebody. I mean, the personality was, I got tears in my eyes when I heard that song. That song is so spiritual and nice. It calms me down, too. But I haven't heard it in a long time, so thank you for bringing it to the airwaves.
Well, Pete, thank you. What's on your mind politics-wise? It says here you wanted to mention Trump as well as the song.
Oh, well, look, Donald Trump right now, he's doing a marvelous job. I mean, 47 years we sat back and got what would be a good word, dumped on. I said other words, but I'll use that one because that can go on the radio. And he had the guts to stand up to these people. You know, nuclear war, this is something very bad. Even like Pakistan is starting to, be our friend in a way. And it's good because they want to negotiate to settle this thing because they know that these people are out of their minds. They will think nothing of blowing us up. They hate us. You got to understand religion.
Absolutely.
Religion.
Hey, Pete, thank you for the wonderful call. I'm going to go from Mr. Positive Pete to Mr. Negative, Walter in Baltimore. Walter, what are you hating on today? Line 5.
Yeah, I agree that we should not be flippant towards death. And I don't like the widow jokes from Jimmy Kimmel. I don't like the jokes about Charlie Kirk's death. And I also think that we should not be celebrating the deaths of anybody, whether it's Rob Reiner, Charlie Kirk, Robert Mueller, or anybody for that matter. It's bad everywhere.
So, yeah, I note with great interest you put in Rob Reiner. Why is that?
Because I don't think that he should be treated the way he was treated after his death. And
right. What you're really doing is you're trying to pretend that you're being positive, and you are hating on President Trump yet again. Just be straight up, man.
I am straight up. Why are you objecting to me bringing up this man who was
because none of us equal the life of the President of the United States. That's why. Walter, meet Mr. Click. I got to take a break. I'm sorry to be rude, but I got to take a break. Folks, we see all your calls. We are coming right back. 800-848-9222.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
I don't think about it.
You don't think about it at all?
If I did, I wouldn't be doing a very good job here. I'd be thinking about nothing but that. I don't think about it. I don't think about it. If I did, I wouldn't be effective. Okay.
Mr. President, real quick.
The President of the United States, just a short time ago from the Oval Office, announcing as he's asked that he does not think about assassinations, that he wouldn't be able to do a good job if he did. So this is where our politics are now. 800-848-9222. Let me change the tone for a second. Matt Blaze. We're about to focus on the dog.
Uh-oh. What do you want to know?
Your dog, Samantha, but a different dog.
Oh, different
Yesterday it was the cat at Yankee Stadium that ran around for 4 minutes, and all the men that were out of shape, men like me, couldn't catch this fast cat.
It was like a Benny Hill show.
Right? It was the Benny Hill show. What do you know about Benny Hill, Matt?
Come on,
Blaze?
man. Late at night, Channel 9. I know them Benny Hill.
I can't fess up. I shouldn't fess up, but you know I'm going to fess up. You know why I used to watch Benny Hill as a little boy, right?
Yeah.
He had some fine women on the
Go say the ladies. And it was a UK, so they were like showing a lot of skin back then.
They were for a black child in the Bronx, in the boogie down Bronx. And you're looking at these exotic women that are Scottish, English, whatever they were. They were exotic to me. And so I couldn't wait to see the Benny Hill show. So how did you know? Don't laugh like that. How did you know that that's where I was going? How did you know? And then I'll tell you what I got a beef with you about.
Because I know you, Dominic. I know my Dominic Carter.
So now, right? When I saw this movie, it's Me and You now, right?
Right.
So it's a movie. It's about a night. I think Mel Gibson, is he in the movie?
Mel Gibson, yes.
What's the name of the movie?
He's the host. He plays a host.
What's the name of the movie?
The movie's called On the Line.
On the line. So that's me and you.
That's right.
So that's how
Late
I
at
feel
night.
sometimes. There's been a couple. It's a midnight radio show. I think it's set in San Francisco, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I believe so.
And it's something about a murder plot or nuts that call. And don't they have a connection with they think they have a connection, just like some of the nuts here that think they have a connection with me.
I almost don't want to even say what happens in the movie because I don't want to give anybody ideas.
Okay, well,
not like they're going to give ideas.
So what happens in the movie?
In the movie, somebody calls him up, if I'm remembering this correctly, and they say they have his wife.
Oh, right. And he blows them off.
And they're going to murder his wife if he doesn't do something like that, if I remember correctly. But I don't want to give away the movie so people want to watch it.
Okay.
Decent movie.
But there was another movie where it's I think a female host and dealing with nuts that call up so that's you and I, right?
Yeah.
That's what we're doing right now.
And that is the movie because it's called On the Line and callers calling in on the line. And this guy was one of those nuts, and Mel Gibson plays the tough talking, no nonsense radio host.
Right. You're not going
to get over on. You're not going to get over on me. I'll introduce you to Mr. Clint. I don't know if he said that, but somebody I know says that.
So now, I'm off of my down mood. That's what I do. When I get down, I got to find something real fast. I don't know if you're like that. I got to change the flow real fast.
True.
I can't spend too long down. I just feel bad, Blaze, and I want to get to this police talk. I feel bad because there are people out there listening to Whoopi Goldberg, right? And they don't understand she's running game, that she's just getting paid. She don't care.
Yep.
For many years, for over a decade, Whoopi Goldberg wasn't black. And then she got black again. No, if we're going to be real, let's be real. For over a decade, Whoopi Goldberg wanted nothing to do with black people. Now she's black again because that's where the money is coming from. Show me the money. But this story, I want you to listen to this story, Matt Blaze. And this is a story about a police dog, right? I swear, folks, sometimes I want to pet them, but I'm scared to death that they might bite the you-know-what out of me. But police dogs are serious business. Now, the voice you're about to hear is NYPD Detective Catherine Gill. Her K-9 dog was exposed to a lethal narcotic. And she felt her NYPD dog, was about to die until she gave the dog Narcan.
Hi, I'm NYPD Detective Catherine Gill, and this is my partner, K-9 Moch. Moch and I were helping out one of our teams on a search warrant recently, and she was exposed to lethal narcotics. After a few minutes, I noticed a behavioral change in her. She was not responding to anything I was giving her command-wise. Her back legs weren't working properly, so she was struggling to walk, and her ears were down. I couldn't just panic in the moment. I had to assess her behavior, assess the symptoms that she was showing me. That's when I decided to give her Narcan. About a minute or two after I gave her the Narcan, she seemed almost completely back to normal. We were back to work the next day. After a full night's sleep, she was rested and ready to go. She's vital to our unit. She is able to pinpoint exactly where the narcotics are coming from with her snout. Based on her smaller stature, she's able to get into tight spaces where the bigger dogs aren't able to get into. And she's really seasoned and experienced. She loves her job. She makes me love my job. And we make a great team.
So, Matt Blaze, what do you make of that?
It's amazing. These dogs are considered officers. And the fact that the dog was exposed and she gave the dog Narcan shows you how close they are in some ways to people. Those drugs work the same way. And that this is an officer. I mean, if you kill a police dog, it's the same as if you killed an actual human being, an officer. And it should be that way.
And it should be that way.
100%. So it's an amazing story.
It is, and I'm so happy it worked out for Moch and for her partner, Detective Catherine Gill. I didn't even know, Blaze, and I'm gonna move on here. I didn't even know that you could give a dog Narcan. Did you know that?
No. That's what's even more amazing. Now, I don't know if she knew or she thought, hey, it must work. You give the dog other medications that work. Why wouldn't this work? But to even know where to do it. Like, where on the dog to give it the Narcan.
Right. Well, she saved her partner's life, and that's a good thing. So I see here, apparently Michael in New Jersey is not happy with me. Poor Michael, the poor little baby. And so I'm going to go back to the assassination attempt, and we're going to hear what the vice president had to say. But first, I'm going to take one or two of your calls. Line 3, Michael, New Jersey. What's on your mind, Michael? Good morning.
Hey, Dominic. Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
So I was just disappointed to hear that you're having double standards, that when it comes to people taking the assassination lightly, you're not okay with that. You have a problem with that. And when it comes to, Trump taking lightly, the deaths of 2 human beings, you are okay with that. What's with the double standards?
Okay. Now you see, Michael. Now, are you sure that that's what I was upset about? Are you sure that's what I was upset about?
What else were you upset about, Dominic?
See, Michael, you don't even realize what I was upset about, and you're criticizing. I don't like phonies. I've been blessed to cover the slickest politicians in the world. And so when a caller calls up with BS, I see it coming a million miles away. So Walter was being a phony. He wasn't really giving President Trump credit. He was trying to diss him by focusing on the stabbing death of out in California, where the guy's going to go on trial for killing his parents, the Hollywood actor. And he was trying to backdoor way criticize President Trump. So not only was he offending me, he was offending the intelligence of you, the listeners. Now, you didn't hear that? You didn't catch that? Michael, you don't realize that some people call and they're like, okay, Dominic's going to catch my BS, so let me try and spin it and finesse it in a way that he won't catch it. You didn't catch that? Why do you think he brought him up, the California case? Why do you think he brought that up?
Why did he?
And why do you think I zeroed in on it right away?
Because you're smart and you realize what he's up to.
Right. So then, Michael, what are you criticizing me for?
Because you're just living like just the double standards of like taking death lightly.
Wait. How am I taking death lightly? I have said, Rob Reiner, I have said that if I were President Trump, I wouldn't have used those exact words. I wish that he hadn't did it. But Michael, in your life, can't you only take but so much?
In regard to what?
In terms of people messing with you, doesn't everybody have a breaking point?
Absolutely, Dominic.
So because President Trump is the president, he doesn't have a breaking point?
Yeah, because he's president. He can't be a regular person. If he's a regular person, he could be in a bad mood. You ever see him in a bad mood, just like snapping at people? You don't see it because you're the president. You got to live up to being president.
Oh, but okay, so he's not entitled to strike back at Rob Reiner after the awful things, and I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, after some of the awful things Rob Reiner said about him. President Trump, he can't respond, huh?
Dominic, like he's the president. You gotta live up to that.
If you think presidents don't have the same emotion that we have, they may not show it, but you better believe, Michael, they give their chief of staff a look, and the chief of staff knows immediately what that directive is to handle the mood that the president is in, no matter what president it is. Thank you for the call, Michael. Let's go to Susan, upstate New York, line 4. Susan, what's on your mind?
Well, listen, I was just wanted to go back to your daytime show because I just heard something in you I believe that was a real star change that you were speaking about in such a passionate way. It moved me so much that you would consider and even I think you envisioned what you would do as mayor to save our city, to save the people, to save especially the individuals that have gone down the path of believing and being victims of the Democrats who have had the policies that are hurting them, and that you could really speak to it. You could. I just saw like this thing. I was driving and I just got chills. I almost drove off the road when I heard you.
We don't want that, Susan. We don't want that. Don't drive off the road.
No, but I wasn't even expecting it, because I just want to know, like, and you don't even have to like answer this, but I feel like something is really brewing, and you would have enormous support from a wide range, not just in New York, everywhere, because if you did that with the courage, I think there would be an amazing groundswell, because New York City is a pinnacle, and we're already halfway over like the bridge into the river.
Right. Hey, Susan.
So I don't even want to say, I don't want to put you on the spot, but just want you to know.
No, it's not putting me on the spot at all. But I've been hearing this for many, many years that I should run for public office. Thank you for the call, Susan. And you know what, folks, I'm almost at a break, but I know I could raise the money that's necessary. That wouldn't be a problem. And I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I'm going to be straight with you. The only way that a Republican could ever win in New York City is almost impossible, because it's blue, blue, blue. And, you would need a black candidate. You would have to have someone black that could go into these communities and sell the winning message. But for someone like me, I don't know, because I said this earlier, I would be Giuliani 2.0. So in other words, all that free welfare, oh no, I don't think so. Honey, that's coming to an end. You're gonna find a way to give back to society. You are not gonna be dependent for the next 25 years, timing out your pregnancies so that you can get a welfare check. No. I would do exactly what Giuliani did. Now, there are certain parameters, right? You can't get around federal government. I would turn welfare centers, just like Giuliani did, into workfare centers. And your ass is going to work for that check. I got to take a break. Matt Blaze is turning blue here. So let me take the break. I don't want to have to give him life support. And we are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
So the last thing I want to say about public office, because it seems like these days anybody can run. You don't even have to battle for the nomination. As we saw in the last mayor's race, you can be the most incompetent candidate ever, a straight up con man, and you can get the nomination, right? So, but the one thing that I will say, and this is it, and then I'm done talking about this for a while. I just don't know, folks, because I don't think that New York would be ready for me, because my message, black on black crime, all this crime, and to the gangs, they would know I wouldn't say it, but they would know from my attitude. And my attitude would be, I dare you, act up and see how Mayor Carter is going to respond. See how my police department is going to respond. So you can't do the street crimes unit. I'd come up with a different name, and I'd have the same officers, and I would have a cowboy in each unit, because it is required to have a cowboy to go out there each shift and keep these criminals in deep check. So they would know from the beginning, Mayor Carter is not the one. Act up if you want to with crime, and we're just young youth that are out of control, and we want to destroy your property at the outdoor mall. Do it under Mayor Carter and see what's going to happen. I dare you. I wouldn't say it, but you would know that that's my approach. And I would back our police. Like the two cops that are on desk duty right now, I would probably have them standing next to me at City Hall. Because until I saw evidence that clearly showed they did something wrong, I mean, unequivocal, I'd be in their corner until I saw different. Because police deserve that type of support from us. Let's go back to your telephone calls here. Let's go to Joe, line 1, Mount Sinai. Joe, what's on your mind?
It's Joan, darling. And
I'm sorry. It says Joe here on my screen.
Hey,
somebody screwed up. Go ahead.
I listened to you at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm listening to you tonight.
Okay.
The first thing I want to tell you is anybody who is not emotionally affected by the music of Luther Vandross is dead.
You got a point there, Joan.
Oh, my God. He is beautiful. And anybody that can't be swooning, they're not breathing. That's one thing. About Whoopi and Joy Reid are the two biggest racists on national television.
Absolutely.
There's no question about that. And number 3, the earthquake. The Supreme Court decision today was a major earthquake because they came out and they said it's in the Constitution. White people and black people are equal, and they should not be segregated in any way, including for voting.
I couldn't have said it better, Joan. You're 1,000% correct. And it's time to stop the race hustling. It really is. But they won't stop. Joan, thank you for the great call. Joan mentioned Luther Vandross. We started the show with Luther Vandross. I am back at 3 p.m. Eastern on this Friday, but we're ending the show with Luther Vandross. And I want you to think about this and stay positive. And you can overcome anything, folks. I don't care what it is. Have a great morning.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
The Marine Toys for Tots foster care program is bringing hope to children who need it most. Every 2 minutes, a child enters foster care, often with only a small bag of belongings. More than 400,000 children face trauma and uncertainty, many before age 8. This May, during Foster Care Awareness Month, Toys for Tots is creating Room for Joy. In 2025, nearly 375,000 children received comfort through toys, books, and essentials, reminding them they are not alone. Donate now and change a child's life.